Dear Taurus, let us begin. There is a profound and sacred silence that has settled around you lately, has there not? It is not an empty silence, but one that is teeming with unspoken truths. A quiet so loud, it echoes in the chambers of your heart. You stand at the threshold of a monumental shift, a moment where the very ground beneath your feet feels both unsteady and yet you have built a life on the bedrock of stability, a fortress of predictability designed to withstand any storm. You have learned to be the rock for everyone, including yourself. But what happens, dear Taurus, when the rock itself begins to feel the first subtle cracks of change? What happens when it is the universe lovingly whispering that the fortress you built to keep you safe has now become the very thing that is keeping you small? Before we journey deeper into the revelations that await you, I want you to join me in setting a powerful intention. Take a moment, breathe into your heart space, and when you feel ready, share this affirmation in the comments below. I, Taurus, am ready to release the familiar in order to embrace my true liberation. By writing these words, you are not merely typing a comment, you are casting a spell of readiness. You are telling the universe that you are no longer willing. Now, let us proceed, for the path ahead is illuminated with truths that promise to change everything. You may have felt a strange sense of restlessness recently, a quiet discontent that you cannot quite name. It is the feeling of wearing clothes that no longer fit, of living in a house where the walls are slowly closing in. This is the energy of stagnation, the result of clinging to what was out of a deep. This journey of transformation did not begin today. It is the culmination of countless moments where you chose safety over adventure, silence over truth, and control over surrender. You see, there is a story you have been telling yourself for a very long time, a story where your worth is. Who taught you that to be reliable, you had to be rigid? When did the noble pursuit of security become a relentless cage of self-denial? This belief system, born from past wounds and moments of profound instability, has become an unconscious operating system. It is the voice of a younger you, a version of yourself that learned, perhaps through hardship, that chaos was the enemy and control was the only salvation. But that version of you, while once a brilliant survivor, is not the you that is destined to thrive today. A profound emotional clearing is underway. This is not something you can schedule or strategize. For years, you have been pulling weeds and tending to the same familiar plants, but you have avoided turning over the deep, compacted soil beneath. That is where we are now. We are going deep into the earth of your being. And while it may feel unsettling to disturb what has been dormant for so long, it is the only way to prepare the ground for a truth is surfacing, one that carries the bittersweet sting of the Three of Swords. This card speaks not just of heartbreak, but of a necessary, clarifying pain. It is the sorrow that comes from finally acknowledging a truth you have long suppressed. Perhaps it is the quiet grief for a relationship that you know has run its course, a career that no longer nourishes your soul, or a dream. It is not a sign of failure. It is the feeling of your heart breaking open, not apart. It is your soul mourning the loss of an illusion. The illusion that you could remain the same forever and still find fulfillment. To heal this, you must first allow yourself to feel it fully, without judgment. Let the sadness wash over you, for it is cleansed. And what happens when these illusions are shattered? What follows the release of a long-held pain? A divine intervention. A moment of radical, unavoidable truth. This is the energy of the Tower. Now, do not recoil at the sight of this card. So many fear its disruptive power, But for you, right now, the tower is not a punishment. This tower moment may manifest as a sudden change in your external world, a relationship ending, a job shifting, a plan unraveling. It will feel abrupt and perhaps even shocking. But understand this: what is falling away is only that which is built on a false foundation. It is a structure that was propped up by fear, obligation, or insecurity. This is not destruction. It is a sacred demolition, clearing the path for you to rebuild something far more authentic and enduring. Because after the storm of the tower, a new dawn breaks. The Four of Wands appears as a promise, a beacon of hope on the horizon. This card is the celebration that follows the breakthrough. It speaks of harmony, stability. This is the discovery of a new kind of stability, one that is built on the solid ground of your own authenticity. It represents a life where you feel safe, not because nothing changes, but because you are so deeply rooted in yourself that you can weather any change. It's the celebration of finding your tribe, of connecting with people. This incredible sequence of transformation, the heartbreak, the collapse, and the celebration is all leading you to reclaim your personal power. And this is where the magician steps forward. This card is a profound affirmation from the universe that you are the architect of your reality. For so long, you may have felt like a passive observer in your own life. The magician arrives to remind you that you hold all the tools you need to manifest the life you truly desire. The elements are at your disposal: the passion of wands, the emotion of cups, the intellect of swords, and the grounding earth of pentacles. The time for waiting is over, Taurus. The time for seeking permission has passed. The energy is ripe for you to take conscious, deliberate. What is that one dream you've kept hidden in the deepest part of your heart? What is the vision for your life that you dismissed as unrealistic? The magician's presence is your sign that this is the moment to begin. Not with a grand, overwhelming leap, but with a single, intentional step. Trust in your innate talents, in the wisdom you have gained through your trials. You are not just a participant. This newfound power will ripple out into every area of your life, especially into your connections with others. The Two of Cups emerges, signaling a new potential for harmony and deep, soulful partnership. This is not just about romantic love, although a meaningful relationship could certainly enter your life, one that is built on mutual respect and emotional honesty. You are learning to integrate the different parts of your being, your strength and your vulnerability, your desire for stability and your need for growth. When you achieve this inner harmony, the relationships you attract will mirror it back to you. If there have been conflicts, this energy for singles, it signals that you are becoming a vibrational match for the kind of balanced, loving partnership you truly deserve. Not one based on need or dependency, but one forged between two whole and authentic individuals. You are ready to connect from a place of fullness, not from a place of lack. Now, let us ground this profound energetic shift in the practical realities of your life. The collapse of the tower may signify the end of a job that drained your spirit or a financial strategy built on fear. You may have been so focused on security that you missed opportunities for authentic growth. The magician's energy now empowers you to manifest abundance from a place of passion and purpose. That influential person who may appear in your life is not a random occurrence. They see the potential in you that you are just beginning to claim for yourself. Do not be afraid to take a calculated risk, to pitch that bold idea, to ask for what you are worth. The universe is aligning to support your material success, but it requires your active participation. The stability promised by the Four of Wands is not a lottery win. It is the financial security that comes from building something meaningful. Heal your relationship with money by releasing any lingering anxieties from the past. Forgive yourself for for past mistakes. Abundance is your birthright, Taurus, and it flows most freely when your work is aligned with your heart. In your relationships and love life, the message is one of profound honesty. The time for emotional suppression is over. If you are in a partnership, you can no longer pretend that everything is fine if it is not. This doesn't necessarily mean an ending. Often, it is an invitation to deepen the connection through radical honesty. Find the courage to express your needs, your fears, and your dreams. The Two of Cups promises that true harmony is possible, but it must be built on a foundation of truth. The Three of Swords asks you to heal the wounds that cause you to be overly demanding or to build walls around your heart. You are not meant to settle for a connection that creates conflict. You deserve to feel cherished and valued. But this begins with cherishing and valuing yourself. The most magnetic quality. When you do, the right connection will find you as if by magic. And what of your health and well-being? Your physical body is a sacred vessel that holds the emotional weight of your experiences. The fatigue you may feel is not just laziness. It is the exhaustion of holding up a persona that has become too heavy. The call to move your body, to walk. When you move your body, you are telling your soul that you are ready to release the old and welcome the new. Pay attention to your rest. True rest is not mindlessly scrolling or watching television. That is simply distraction. True rest is giving your nervous system a chance to reset. It is silence. It is nature. It is deep, restorative sleep, where your subconscious can process, nurture your body as you would a precious child. It is your most loyal companion on this journey. Finally, let us speak of the energy you will resonate with. Forget simple compatibility signs. Instead, think in terms of energetic resonance. You will find yourself drawn to the expansive, truth-seeking fire of Sagittarius, an energy that encourages you to take a risk. You will find comfort in the nurturing, emotional depth of Cancer, an energy that understands the need for a safe harbor and a tender heart. And you will find inspiration in the communicative, versatile air of Gemini, an energy that helps you see things from a new perspective and articulate your newfound truth. Dear Taurus, you are standing in the sacred space between an ending and a beginning. It is a potent. The structures that are falling away are making space for a life that is more vibrant, more authentic, and more deeply aligned with your soul's true calling than anything you have ever known before. You are not losing control. You are surrendering to your own evolution. The stability you have always craved is waiting for you, not in the world outside, but in the unshakable core of your. Remember that these are not just words. They are echoes of the truth that already resides within you. If this journey has resonated, let your like be a signal of gratitude to your own courageous heart. Subscribe to continue this sacred work with me and know that you are not alone. May you walk forward with the courage to let things fall, the wisdom